Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, The Cross Penny, Episode number 88. Beth called the bakery equipment manufacturer's representative from one of the office phones. "I will be on the first flight in the morning, and we'll take a look at those plans and the equipment you have," he responded. Beth was relieved. "That's music to my ears." When Mark showed up in the office, Beth was still calling the various manufacturers to find out if any others would install their equipment for free. "Mama, here I am. I'm all yours for right now until somebody wants me to do something else. Where do you want me to start?" "I'm going to need a small office built. Let me show you where I want it." "Okay." They went across the street, and she looked at the plans that were rolled up in that round mailing tube found in Tony's room. "That's what I thought. That's marvelous." "What, Mama?" Mark asked. "W.S. Green," she replied, pointing to the signature at the bottom of the drawing. "So?" "I just got off the phone with a Willie S. Green. He's flying in tomorrow morning, and this is where he put the office on this drawing. So that's where I want it, and here are the dimensions. Can you get it ready to frame up? We will have an invisible door and an invisible window for a while, unless you find something we can use." "Okay, where's your desk going to go, and where's the phone plug going to go?" "Right here," Beth decisively pointed to the spot. By the time Beth made it back across the street to make more calls, Matt and Jonathan were in there, hogging the copier and occasionally the phones. Matt had even commandeered one of the typewriters. Bobby was busy helping Carrie stir the drying plants outside in the hot sun. "Okay, Bobby," Matt said as he stuck his head out the door. "Thank you. You can have your typewriter back now. Do you or Carrie know where we can find Eduardo and Chester?" By this time, Matt and Jonathan were out the office door headed for their car. "But we have dubs on the copier when we get back." "I figured that." Bobby then pointed next door. "You can probably find Chester and Eduardo right here in shipping. They pretty much gave everybody off until Sunday night, but the fence guys and the kitchen help, and of course me. They will take the shippers back home across the border as soon as the truck pulls out. And I think it's about ready to go." "Thanks." "Yeah." Chester took the pen and signed the letter. "That looks good. Very good." Eduardo took the paper and signed it and handed it to Jonathan to put in his briefcase. The 4 men and 2 women waved at the truck driver and helper as the truck started to pull out. "Call Vozzolo Produce Collect just as soon as it's delivered in San Diego." "Will do, Chester." "So the drugstore can quickly develop the film and make copies of the pictures?" Matthew asked, looking at Chester. "Yes, but it depends on what you really mean by the word quickly." "Okay, we'll see you guys later. Let's get these shippers home and then go help that mighty army of a fence crew." Eduardo tossed the bus keys to Chester. "Here, your turn to drive." Mark looked through the lumber in the barn and found enough 2x4 studs, other lumber, a chalk line tool, the saw horses, nails, and other supplies he needed to move over to Tony's Misfit toy shed. As he grabbed the hammer, he muttered to himself, "Makes me wonder what's up with Colton wanting to borrow that little hammer." Mark struggled with some of the awkward-sized pieces as he loaded the items on the back of the white truck to lug over. "Man, this is not a one-man job." Bobby stayed outside of the office helping Carrie with the drying wasabi, but kept the door open so she could hear the phone, a phone that had been silent all morning. A few hours later, Matt and Jonathan came back from the drugstore with a stack of 200 of the same picture and two rolls of 15-cent stamps from the post office. They entered the office at the same time the phone rang. "I got it, Bobby," Matt hollered as he answered the phone. "Yes, I will accept charges. Everything is delivered? Okay." "What? Repeat what you just said, please." "Thanks. We look forward to seeing what you've got." When Eduardo and Chester turned in from the road, they saw Matt, Jonathan, Bobby, and Carrie do high fives and shout, "Hallelujah!" The office phone rang again and interrupted the hallelujahs. Bobby rushed to answer it. "Matt or Jonathan, whoever's available, or both of you if you use 2 phones. It's your office calling." "Thank you," both said as they dashed inside and picked up the same line on 2 phones separated by a big, heavy wooden desk. "I guess I get an extra break again," Bobby said as she came back outside. She had already been shooed out of the office several times before Matt and Jonathan went to the drugstore. She started stirring the drying wasabi along with Chester, Eduardo, and Carrie. "Thank you. You can have your desk back, at least for a minute." Matt stuck his head out the door. "Hey guys, all we've got to say is showtime, and it's about to get real busy around Vozzolo Produce." Matt went back in and helped Jonathan start making copies, addressing envelopes, and stuffing them with a photo and a letter. Eduardo, Chester, Carrie, and Bobby looked up, smiled, and continued stirring half-dried wasabi plants.